Welcome back, everyone. I'm Mike.
And I'm Stephanie.
And we're Van Life Sheldon's Travels.
Sheldon, he's our yellow belly slider turtle.
He's actually hanging out with us today. We are actually right here at the Connaught Casino at the end of the Olympic Loop right here in Washington State. We've actually enjoyed being here for the last couple of days, even though it's been pouring down rain most of the time. And you can actually see the water, but you can't actually get to it without getting completely drenched. But today, the sun has started to come out just a little bit, and we're going to take this opportunity to get out of here and make our way to Olympia, where we have two of our friends, Patreons and subscribers that have been subscribers and Patreons for a while now, and they live in Olympia. We met them at the Scott and Terry event about a month ago or so.
Yeah, so we're really excited to get that one-on-one time. We did get to meet them, and now we're excited to get one-on-one.
Yeah, so we're actually going to head to their place in Olympia right now. We're going to do some work on the van that we didn't get a chance to do at Scott and Terry's house. We're going to just do a bunch of stuff. The first thing we're going to do is actually install the pass-through electrical cord for shore power right here on the van. So let's get out of here and make our way to their place and get started on that. And I'm sure we'll get to meet them a little bit better, and so will you. Have dinner probably and enjoy a few days at their place, and we'll get back at you here just in a second. Let's get on the road, guys.
Let's get to work.
Well, you might ask, what is that you have in your hand, Mike? Well, this is actually a pass-through for an electrical cord into your van or your RV, your trailer, or anything like that. So basically, you drill a hole in the side of the van or whatever trailer, has a little grommet, put a couple screws in, and then you have an electrical end on the end here, and basically you can plug an extension cord outside and have it come on the inside nice and weather tight. So that's going to make it so when we plug in, like when we're here at Bob and Wanda's hanging out, or another one of our subscribers' places, or a campsite that has electricity, we don't have to run it through the window and stuff and have a crack in the window. We got to plug it right in. I think I've decided I'm going to put it right down here. And before I grab the camera, I already marked the hole. I already drilled one hole out, and I'm like, I should record this. So I grabbed the camera. I'm just going to walk you guys through it. It's not that hard. It's just drilling some holes. And like I tell Stephanie all the time when I'm building out stuff for the van or other people, sometimes it's nothing to it but to do it and just get it done and figure it out as you go, because if you just sit there and stare at it, it's never going to get done. So I actually drilled a hole to see where it'll go on the inside. I picked this side of the van, even though it's right there by the sink and all of that, just because it's all the stuff is on one side. The electronics are on this side, and the other side has the gas tank. So I really didn't want the electrical box or any of the plumbing and stuff on the side that has the gas tank. So for anyone that's wondering why I put the water and all the electronics and the stove and the propane lines all on this side, it's because on the other side is the gas tank. and I'm not sure exactly where that goes down, and I don't want to take any chances. So that's why I built on this side, but let's continue on and get this put in today. Wow, when we record things, it takes twice as long, but that's okay if you guys learned something or are just interested. But I drew a little circle the size of this little input. It's about a 2-inch hole, and then I drilled a small hole as a pilot hole to see where it would come in on the inside, but my drill bit wasn't long enough, so there you go. You have to just work through this, right? So I couldn't see exactly where it's pushing out at, so I got a bigger drill bit, and I'm going to drill in there again and see how it comes out on the other side. This is what we're working with on the inside here, and I'm going to have to be working around the water filter, and there's the wires for the lights and the pump and the propane and all that like I was talking about. I even ran some extra wires when we were building it out, just as some extra that go nowhere, just in case a wire goes bad, I could switch it really quick. So, all right, well, let's get started. Guys, and now I can just connect the dots and pop that out. There are 2 plates in there, and that's the insulation that Stephanie actually stuffed in there. We used blow insulation, the non-itchy stuff, and that's what's coming out because that's what I'm drilling into. But that'll work. When we were insulating the van about 4 years ago. Maybe 3, right?
Right.
3.5, something like that.
Good job.
All right. Well, after we drilled out the holes, I'm actually going to use the Dremel tool. Bob's given me pretty much access to the whole garage with air tools and almost anything that you can imagine, from band saws, drill presses, and so I grabbed a Dremel tool, and we're going to cut this out, guys. I'm sure there's a million other ways you could do this, but this is how I chose to do it. As you can see, as we talked about earlier, here's that insulation that Stephanie put in about 3 years ago. It's just blown insulation, the stuff that you blow in your attic or whatever with a machine. We just didn't do the blower. We just pulled it out and shoved it in. It's no itch, no allergy, and we shoved this in every crevice that we could possibly get it in. And well, Steph did for almost a whole day doing nothing but that. So we'll have to dig us a little hole out of here to put this in. So works. So we got the plug now. I'm gonna run it through. I haven't dry fitted it or anything because there's so much insulation in there I can't get it to fit. So I might pull it in and I might have to take it back out. We'll just have to figure it out as we go. We're bringing you with us, so there's a little plastic access panel in there that I was talking about. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to dangle it right here. And then I'm going to go on the inside and try to pull it through. Alright, there we go.
Okay, so here is the cord. We got it to come through the other side, underneath the sink. Here we go. I'll just plug that in and we'll be able to be in a 110 power and have electricity. Awesome. Very nice.
Alright, I think that's gonna work. So we're just gonna see if we can't squeeze it in there. That looks great. Bob's grabbing me a couple stainless steel screws. And the cap goes on it. Perfect.
Wow, look at that.
Looks nice.
How exciting.
There we go.
Perfect.
Why don't you put your first one in and then do the second one? That way it's not going to move.
Silicone on it, then.
What I need is a popsicle stick for you.
For everyone that says I need to seal it with some silicone, just a dab will do you. Kind of leave it loose. Stick a second screw in. Kind of push that silicone out of there as much as you can. Tighten it down, not too tight to make that buckle. Just enough. Give this an extra little tighten. See how it buckled? Just kind of loosen it back a little bit. Take a nice rag. Clean off the excess. Now, whenever you're in your van, someone is nice enough to let you hook into power, or you're at a campsite in a van, you look a little bit nicer, and if it's cold outside, you have your window open a little bit cracked to have the extension cord through the window. And at the end of the day, that just kind of helps all the way around. So, has other functions besides just looking pretty. It actually will help. With the cap on.
Nice work.
Doesn't that look nice, guys?
Awesome.
And here's the finished product. Plugged in. Looks pretty nice on the side of the van there. Perfect.
let's pass the steak and everybody choose the steak that they want first.
All right. Did you want to go first, Wanda, since you made them?
Well, you know, I just go for the smallest one.
Well, everybody, after
That's
a
the
long
skinny
day working
one.
outside,
And
me and Bob have been hanging out all day, working on the van, and we even went to the store a couple times, but Wanda made an amazing steak dinner, and I'm starving. So we're going to sit down, enjoy some company, and have a great dinner. Thanks for coming along with us today, and we'll see you. Well, there we go.